Hello, it's me, Danielle. I'm here to talk a little bit about how I felt on one of the case studies on feminism in science. I've taken a few gender classes. I'm a sociology major, so I've taken a few. I'm currently in one right now. And to start off, feminism just gets a bad rap. There's a lot of stereotypical ideas that form around feminism that are absolutely not true. Like bra burning man haters. That's absolutely not the deal. It's just women fighting for equal rights or equity in jobs, in schools, and opportunities, whatever it may be. I did find it really interesting that only 23% of women claim to be feminists. That was shocking. But 82% of people want gender equality. So maybe it's just the majority of people who want that gender equality just don't clearly understand the definition of what a feminist is. And I'm not going to lie, even I wasn't clear on it. It wasn't until probably the beginning of this semester I took a gender writing intensive course. It's Education 165 with Professor Pella. It's a great class. She's an excellent teacher, very passionate. She clearly defines what feminism is, what it stands for, the history behind it, and then also what anti-feminism is. I know that sounds crazy, but there are people out there who are actually anti-feminist. Right, it's crazy. But to get into the case study that I felt the most connected to was the archaeological history and feminism. I did think it was pretty cool that 3/4 of the handprints found in the caves were from females. And I thought it was really cool about the index finger and the ring finger. So I'm over here like examining my fingers like, oh, okay. So that was pretty cool. And I also didn't have any clue about the whole testosterone thing causing longer index fingers. That's just, wow, okay. Next part about that I found kind of interesting were female symbols of female biological anatomy, being reproductive symbols. So let me just kind of go off on this for a minute. So a lot of the times women do, get representative as being reproductive beings. That our purpose here is to bear children. That may not be the case for everybody. And I think it's even funny when I tell people, oh, yeah, I'm not really interested in having kids. And they're like, oh, right now? I'm like, no, never. It's just not in my plans. People find that weird. And they find it like, well, what is your purpose? What do you want to do with your life? I'm like, I want to learn. I want to teach. I want to do many other things. So that is a huge stereotype that women get, is that their purpose and their whole purpose in life is to just be a reproductive being, which I think is absolutely crazy. Of course, thumbs up to all the mothers out there. It's Mother's Day this weekend. I hope you're doing something special. But yeah, so I found that really interesting, that read. So about the handprints, there was a few hypotheses wrapped up with that. So one was that it could possibly be young male artists who were doing the handprints and the paintings, but then that was disconfirmed because of the index finger, which is just crazy. That's I would have never known that, honestly. I think that's actually really cool. And then third, females were spectators or participants, but were involved in the rituals in the cave. Okay, so that is totally possible. But then once again, we're just falling into the bias that women are not capable of being a lead artist or being the initiator of the drawings. So I think definitely women were participating. and being spectators and participants, but I definitely think there had to be some number of women who were actually leading and initiating these paintings and the handprints. So to finish it off, gender roles definitely affect everybody because it gives false ideas about the capabilities and the purpose of women. So like these social constructs of gender roles specifically affecting women. And even when we just think about the idea of gender, anytime someone says, oh, yeah, this is a gender class, everyone's going to totally assume that it's about women. But gender doesn't just affect women, it also affects men as well. I mean, they have a gender too. So gender in a whole affects everybody, men and women. So I'm really happy that it is being taught in this class. That really perks me up, and I really enjoyed watching the module with the case studies. I'll have to say the last few about the quantum theory and measurement, that was just blowing my mind. So I'm glad that I could actually get in and relate to something. But that's all I have. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks.